As we live our life in this contemporary society, we face various problems. We encounter difficulties outside and within our own selves. As they say, our greatest enemy is not other people, but it is ourselves. Are you a new student? Are you taking up GEUS or Understanding the Self course? Are you tired of reading the modules that are given to you by your teachers? If you are tired and if you want to listen to a video discussion, then welcome to this video discussion of mine. Welcome to this series of discussions that are related to the general education understanding the self. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is me again, Sir June Michael, and I am here to discuss to you the introduction of the general education understanding the self course. So if you are tired of reading your module out there, then please listen to this discussion because I am making this discussion for you guys and to clarify some important topics that are written in your module. To start with, what is this GEUS course? Basically, the GEUS course is a general education. Pag sinasabi nating general education, ibig sabihin nito, lahat ng mga estudyanteng nag-aaral ng kolehiyo will undergo this particular subject. No? So there are actually many of this general education na bago lang na ini-implement natin. So I've been teaching this subject for 2 years, no? And I find this subject really very nice. The GEUS is part of the new CHED curriculum. So, US means not United States, but US here means understanding the self. As a new subject in the curriculum, this understanding the self deals with the nature of identity as well as those factors that affect the change of our self in time. To understand the self better, this course involves various disciplines, and these disciplines are interconnected. Kaya ang tawag natin dito is interdisciplinary approaches. So what are these approaches? Number one, the philosophy, the field or discipline of philosophy. That is why in this subject, we are going to talk about the idea of the philosophers about the self from the ancient time to the medieval times, to the modern times, and up to the contemporary periods. So, ano ang sinasabi ng mga philosophers tungkol sa self? Okay. Second, we are also going to use the discipline of psychology to understand the self. So that is why we are going to talk about Carl Rogers, William James, and other psychologists, no, that help us to understand the self better in the psychological perspective. Number 3 is the field of sociology. So basically, we are going to talk about the idea of Vygotsky and George Herbert Mead on the self, no, the symbolic interaction. How did the self develop through the social environment? Lastly, we also have to use the field of theology to understand better about the spiritual and the moral self. So we need to go deeper by using the idea of the theologians about the self. Basically, our subject or our course is divided into different parts, and these parts are also connected to the different compositions of the self. So, first we are going to talk about the philosophical perspective of the self. So, ito yung idea ng mga philosophers tungkol sa self. Second, we will talk about the material self, the physical self, our body, how we take care of our body, that's part of it, how we deal with our sexuality, because our sexuality is part of our material self. Then, we are also going to talk about the intellectual self, our mind, how do we develop our mind, how do we improve our capacity to think, no? Then, we are going to talk about also our emotional self, our emotions, kasi these are part of ourselves, no? And, of course, the spiritual self, the connection of the self and religion, no? So, may naituro ba yung religion sa ating mga sarili? Then, the last part of our subject is the managing and caring for the self. So in here, we are going to talk about stress management, different type of stress, and of course, this is very important, how to cope up or how to combat different types of stress that we encounter in life. Kasi normal sa atin yan, is bilang tao, we always encounter stress. So how to avoid it, how to deal with it, and this is very important. And the last part is about finding the meaning of life. This is important. Why? Because at the end of our academic years, we all have a life to live. We all have a self to live with. We all have a self to carry on. We all have problems and struggles to conquer. And most importantly, we all have a self to love and respect. So, this subject might be a general education only, but this is a very important subject, especially to all of you, our students. At the end of this semester, ano yung makukuha ninyo? Especially listening to these discussions, reading your modules, so what are the expected outputs? So basically, let me sum up the expected and of course the skills that you are going to possess at the end of this semester. So number one, you are going to acquire the skills of self-management. Mahirap kayang i-manage yung ating mga sarili. Bakit? Kasi hindi mo pa kasi kilala yung sarili mo. So, knowing yourself, your real identity as a person will help you manage your own self, especially your weaknesses. Okay? And of course, learning your own potentials will help you develop more of your gift, your talents, and any capacities you have as a person. So, these are part of the self-management. Skill kasi yan, self-management. Sometimes, it's easy to learn math, it's easy to learn English, it's easy to learn Filipino, it's easy to learn other subjects out there. But, sometimes, it's not really easy to deal with our own self. It's not really easy how to handle ourselves when it comes to problems, when it comes to difficulties in life. Therefore, this subject will help you in conducting your life, in living your life in this world, as you continue your journey and your existence in this life. That is why I will always say that one of the most important lessons that every student should learn from studying is how to live his or her life to the fullest. Another important learnings that you can gain from this subject is to manage your own emotions, especially managing our anger, managing our negative emotions. This is important, and we can learn it from this subject. Then, another thing is also learning to manage our own thinking, learning to control our own thinking, because, sometimes if we can control our thinking, it leads us to overthinking, and overthinking is not good for ourselves, learning to manage our thinking capacities, and of course, using these thinking capacities to take control of our emotions. And most importantly, this course will help you discover who you really are. Why are you here in this world? What is your purpose in this life? And it helps you discover and reach your dreams and goals in this life. Most importantly, this subject will lead you to become the best version of yourself. It will lead you to become the best person that God wants us to be. This is our course, and welcome to my class. Welcome to my video discussion, and I hope that you are always connected with me. You are always connected with my channel. So if you are my student, you better connect and you better subscribe. If you are a person who wants to gain more knowledge and wisdom, then subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to share, hit the like, and of course, ring the bell down there para updated ka sa mga bagong videos na aking i-upload. I am doing this video, guys, again, not for my own self, but I am doing this to help my students in their learning. I am doing this to guide my students who are taking up this modular or tinatawag nating blended learning system. And I am Sir June Michael Antone, and I am telling you, live a fantastic, wonderful, and amazing life. God bless you.